What my reaction to those pictures?
Kind of got an outline there, Bob.
Yeah. Hey, whatever at this point comes to mind, where were you at the time? Can you remember where you were, what you were singing? That
Well, it's an old suit, and it it's got pleats in it, so it had to be like 55 or 56. And the guy in the background is my first drummer, DJ Fontana.
So those were the early days when you were doing the road tours and you were driving?
What were the appearances like then? What were the crowds like?
Oh, they were good. They were really good. Just that's the same guitar that I use now. Same one.
You had the same guitar all these years?
You're kidding. Yeah. I remember another one that said Elvis Presley on it. It was kind of inlaid.
Yeah, well, I have two, you know. Yeah. I was in a nightclub one night, and this big fight broke out in this club. I had two guitars. I always keep one on the side in case I break the strings. And I remember thinking, I hope that nothing happens to that guitar. It's brand new. I heard a crunch, and this guy had stepped in it. Had it hanging on his foot, man. So I had to get a new one there. But as far as where these were, I don't know.
You just had a small group with you in those days?
Yeah, I had a lead guitar player, a bass player, not an electric bass, an upright bass, a guy named Bill Black, and the drummer. That was it.
Were you doing one-nighters then?
Mm-hmm. Doing one-nighters, and I was working in Shreveport, Louisiana.
You know, that looks like a boom mic up there, so it might be one of the early TV shows.
And on this one here, I think somebody goosed me or something.
I see that hand back.
Yeah, the guy had a guitar on.
What was your sound like in those days? How would you describe it?
Well, it was good. It was good, you know, for then, I thought. The guys were good musicians. They were with me from the time I made the first record. They were called in by the guy that I started with, Sam Phillips, on Sun Records.
What was it like traveling in those days? I mean, that's a long time ago. How would you sleep?
We slept in the back of a car. And, you know, we'd do a show and we'd get off stage and get in a car, drive to the next town, and sometimes we get there just in time to the show. Wash up.
You know, the next day the same thing? Or?
Mm-hmm.
What were the security problems like then?
We had to learn that over a period of time. You know, I got caught in some pretty good crowds.
The fans have always pretty much been the same, though, right? Large audiences and the same anticipation before and after. I mean, large numbers of people.
It was always exciting. As far as the numbers of people, we had to go according to the buildings, you know. And when I first started out, they didn't have the buildings that they have now. You know, like I'd play like the Fox Theater in Detroit. Didn't hold that many people, so I'd do 6 or 7 shows. They'd show a movie, and I'd come on to a live show.
Really?
Yeah, they'd show a movie, and I'd do the show.
Was that the days when you had a lot of acts in the same show, too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was...
What kind of people were on the show?
Well, it was mostly people from the Grand Ole Opry at that time. I was extra added attraction, you know, on the show.
At that particular time, other than Frank Sinatra, I can't remember anybody who had wild, screaming crowds up until that point. Were you prepared at all for that possibility?
No, I wasn't. The first time it happened, the first time that I appeared on stage, it was a charity thing. It was a place called The Shell. And when I left the stage, they were yelling and screaming and so forth. I did 2 songs. And it scared me to death, man. I didn't know what I'd done. The manager backstage, I said, what'd I do? He said, well, whatever it is, go back and do it again. So I went back out and I did the same thing again. I really didn't know what the yelling was about, screaming. I didn't realize that I was moving, my body was moving. Or anything. It's a natural thing to me, you know.
It was not a conscious thing at all.
No, I wasn't even aware. It was just the rhythm. And the guy that played bass for me was he could slap the bass, a double leg, you know. It was really a wild sound. It was like a jungle drums or something, you know, that nature. So we enjoyed it, you know. We enjoyed it on stage, but it was very wild, and we had to resist.
I don't know where that is.
It's outside.
Seattle. Seattle.
Seattle. We did a lot of outside concerts, but one of the bad things about outside is you lose your sound. Sound goes up.
Well, I guess in those days, the only big places that hold that number of people were outside, right?
Football stadiums and baseball stadiums, things like that.
But you never knew what to expect, huh?
No.
Like, how would you, we know what the security is like now and how you arrive at a big arena. How would you come in those days? Now you've been through an experience of having been scared by the reaction. What would you start to do? How would you arrive at the stadium?
As quietly as possible. But it was pretty well. I like the excitement and everything. It was.
Have the fans changed, Elvis? Over the years?
I don't think so. You know, I think I see people of all different ages and things out there. You know, and if I do something good, you know, they let me know it. If I don't, they let me know that. Like, for a while, it was a theory that anything I did would sell and so forth. Well, I knew that was not true. It's according to the material. You got to have good material.
So
Whether it's a song, a script, or whatever, it's got to be good. Or
Time just wrote an article on the Rolling Stones, and in the article they said only Elvis Presley, except for maybe Jagger, has that ability to play a crowd like a giant instrument panel, to tune them up and to tune them down. And we saw it on the tour.
in other words, you work the audience.
yeah,
How did that happen?
well, it's just it's a give and take proposition in that they give me back the inspiration and you know.
Kind of a circular thing.
Sure.
You give them something.
Sure. I work absolutely to them, whether it's 6 or 6,000, it doesn't really matter. It's just